Welcome to the Childfree Wealth Podcast, hosted by Bri and Dr. J, certified financial planner. Here we discuss life and finances as it relates to being child-free. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please consult your advisor before implementing any ideas heard on this podcast. Hello, Childfree Wealth listeners. Welcome to the final episode of the Childfree Wealth Podcast. In today's episode, we're joined by the Childfree Wealth team to share some wins, have some fun, and recap top moments.
That sounds awesome. But did you say final episode?
You heard correctly. I did say final episode. After 2.5 years of the Childfree Wealth Podcast, hosted by Bri and Dr. J, certified financial planner, it's time for a change. We're going to talk more about it at the end of the episode, so be sure to stick around until then so you can hear about the future of the Childfree Wealth Podcast. Before we get there, though, let's start by welcoming back Scott and Fiona to the show. Fiona, Scott, thank you for joining the podcast today.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's go ahead and just dive right in today to the episode, guys. So I'd like everybody to go around and share a different win that they've had this year. Dr. J, I'm going to start with you.
Well, to me, it's been seeing the team grow and getting to a point where we're launching everything for Childfree Trust and all these new things. And on the personal side, it's been kind of keeping my head above water, which may not sound like a win, but when a lot of things are moving, that is a win.
Scott, what about you?
Well, joining the team, that was a big deal for me this year. And also, when I was counting up everything before this episode, I was looking at it and I was like, well, I've touched about 104 people this year as far as helping out with either Childfree Wealth checkups or with different clients that we're meeting with on an ongoing basis. So it's pretty cool.
I love that. Fiona?
Yeah, there's been a ton of fun client calls, to Scott's point, that have been awesome. I feel like there's been a lot of cool projects this year, like the Childfree Guide to Life and Money coming out like right at the new year, which was so fun. The first Childfree patent, Jay's TED Talk, there's been so much happening.
There really has been a lot happening. Dr. J said it right when we started, all the things launching this year. And before we got on and recorded this, we were talking as a team about how it feels like the last year has been almost really long because there has been so much stuff going on, but it's all super, super exciting for us. And one of my biggest wins is just going through some of the estate planning projects and being able to dive deeper into that, because if you've been a frequent listener, by now you know how much I love that. I'm really excited, all the things that have launched as well. Scott, you to be joining the team as well has been so fun. And a couple other things that we didn't mention is the first child-free patent happening this year. Dr. J, that's a pretty big deal. Can you tell us more about that?
It is. So it's our Childfree Trust system was patented this year. And, it's one of those things when you're working with lawyers and designing things, you have to figure out what matters. And one of the things that mattered for that patent was for it to represent the child-free community. It's specifically about the tech that we use to be child-free people's power of attorney, executor, trustee. And it's the first patent to have the word child-free in the title. That might sound like a small thing, but that's kind of like a stake in the ground of saying, we're here.
Yeah, it really is. And it takes a long process to get through that too. And I know how much you love reading patent books. So way to go on that. And this is awesome. All the things that are happening have been so fun and exciting. So we've talked about our wins, but now, because it is the holiday season, we're going to have a little bit of fun. So everybody, I asked you to pull up multibuzz.app. I'm going to give you a room code here to join, and then I'm going to share a little fun holiday finance trivia on the screen. All right, looks like I've got everybody on there, so I'm going to go ahead and share screen here. I hope you guys have as much fun with this as I do, because I'm super pumped. Game rules here. You've got all the app up. I've given you the code. I'm going to read the question, and then please let that be read fully. Once it is read, if you know the answer, you can go ahead and buzz in. If you are correct, awesome. You've got the question. If you are incorrect, then we're going to go on to the next person. Any questions?
Do we get points? Do we win things? I mean, if we're going to have a competition, we at least got to get something out of it.
You are going to win my praise and adoration for knowing these.
Amazing.
Does that work for you?
Let's go.
All right. Question 1. What year did Black Friday first happen, and what was it?
I have no idea. I can ask AI.
We have a phone
Okay.
a friend option?
Yes, you can phone a friend.
I don't have a clue.
I'm just going to say 1952.
All right. Well, September
Oh, wow.
24th, 1869. It was a stock market crash involving the U.S. gold market. It didn't become the shopping holiday it is now until the 1980s when retailers used it to describe their sales turning from red to black. That's from the History Channel. I also did not know this until I looked this up.
Nice.
All right. Question 2. Which major financial institution is credited with ushering in the age of the massive holiday bonus in 1902 by giving every employee a full year's salary?
Where did you find these trivia questions? Like, we're pulling out like minutia. Like I'm bad at bar trivia, and this is worse.
Okay, I really thought that you guys were going to know these ones.
I don't either, but okay, there's I was going to wonder, the buzzing thing didn't work, but
I reset it. Scott,
I'm going with JP Morgan.
you
Solid
are
guess.
correct.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. Scott, congratulations.
They're kind of obscure, but also, I don't know, they're fun, odd facts. So by 1911, gifts of cash became a standard and were often calculated as a percentage of wage and sometimes based on tenure. Before cash, popular traditions included turkeys, watches, candy, or gold coins. Any interest in receiving a turkey, watch, candy, or gold coin? Anybody?
Gold prices are up right now, so at least that's a good one out of the pile.
That's fair. That is fair.
I'd take the 1 year salary. That'd be nice too. So
Yeah. I was like, I think that's a preferred. All right. Question 3. What term, coined in 1972, described the stock market's tendency to rise during the last 5 trading days of December and the first 2 days of January?
Is that the Santa Claus rally?
You got it.
Hey, at least I knew something.
Nice.
Yeah, that is the Santa Claus rally. If you're listening to this and not watching it, I've got on the screen this chart of the end of year S&P 500 returns, and it shows the green rise, and then it shows a little bit of a dip at one point in the year every single year. But the Santa Claus rally shoots up at the end of the year and the beginning of January. And then the 5 largest Santa Claus rallies from 1950 to 2020 the first was 2008 to 2009, followed by 1974 to 1975, and then 1973, 1974, 2000 to 2001, and 1991 to 1992. I just thought those were fun, niche facts regarding finances and money. All right. Question 4. Since 1984, PNC Bank has published an economic indicator designed to mirror the U.S. Consumer Price Index, but using only whimsical gifts. What popular holiday song provides a list for this index?
12 Days of Christmas?
You got it. That is correct, Scott.
Woo!
It is the 12 Days of Christmas. 12 Days of Christmas is 1 partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, 5 golden rings, 6 geese a-laying, 7 swans a-swimming, 8 maids a-milking, 9 ladies dancing, 10 lords a-leaping, 11 pipers piping, 12 drummers drumming. And in 1984, the total cost of all of these gifts was $20,069.58. So if you are looking to purchase that for anybody in your life, you can go to PNC Bank and they already figure out the cost for you. Start budgeting.
Nice. I prefer if you had sung this for us, though, Bri. That would have been better.
I think that this would not only be the final episode of the Childfree Wealth Podcast, this would be the final episode of me being on any podcast if I sang. So thank you for the belief, Fiona, but
Fair
nobody
enough.
wants to hear that.
And I don't know
What's
why,
with
but I
all the
feel like
birds?
Yeah, I feel like that list is not politically correct anymore, or like something we should be doing. I don't know. There's a lot of like those songs from years ago. I'm like, man, look at those terms.
There is a lot of stuff, but they still do it, and to this day. All right, question 5. What is the average amount that American consumers expected to spend just on gifts for family, friends, and coworkers During the 2024 winter holiday season, according to a consumer spending survey from Gallup and the National Retailer Federation, published in late 2024. Scott.
$250.
That is incorrect.
Wow.
It's got to be thousands.
$641 per person just on gifts. I feel you, Scott. Me too. When you factor in food, candy, decorations, greeting cards, and other holiday items, it's $901, which is not surprising because have you guys bought holiday cards recently?
Yeah, they're
Or
crazy.
like any
Yeah.
card? Yeah, they are. It's typically like $500 at least, it seems like, for them. They're a lot to send out and purchase, and then you have to buy the stamps too. Well, thank you for playing this holiday trivia, and I hope listeners learned something new as well. Scott, I think it's safe to say that you claimed the title for having the most correct answers. So way to go on that.
Sure.
Come on, Scott. It's supposed to be fun. Just take the praise.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad. Got it. All right.
I'll give you an answer, even if it's wrong.
You
That's
did
okay. That's part of trying.
great educated guesses.
All right, Dr. J. We have some rapid fire questions, and I'm going to let you go ahead and have fun with those.
Yep, we'll go around the room. I'm going to ask you quickly. We're going to go Bri, Fiona, Scott in the orders for all of these rather than being random, but just so we know where we're going. All right, first question. Are you a Santa or a Scrooge?
I'm a Scrooge.
Santa.
Scrooge.
Scott, you went out of order.
I thought it was Bri, Scott, Fiona.
No, Bri,
I went
Fiona,
alphabetical
Scott.
order. Bri, Fiona, Scott was what I was doing, but you guys go.
Okay, sorry. I'm clearly dyslexic, so try that again.
You
no.
interrupted my Christmas answer. No, it's fine.
Fiona's the only Santa, so she will forgive you for your bad behavior. You know, the rest of us are all Scrooge in here, I guess.
Yeah, why are you all Scrooges? What is this?
You heard my $250 answer.
Fair enough.
All right. Next up, do you plan ahead for the best deals or do panic shopping?
I'm a panic shopper.
I am plan ahead all the way with spreadsheets, I might add.
Santa's counting her list. Got it.
It's not last minute for me, but I always say best deals is probably it. But I don't really plan for it either. So just sort of happens.
I was going to say, like, those random emails come in with good deals, and I'm like, ooh, so-and-so would love that.
Exactly.
All right. Next up, what do you do with your unwanted holiday gifts? Keep, return, or donate?
Donate. I make a Goodwill run on the way out of town. That's what I do.
Yeah, also, return if I can or donate. I have no guilt with letting things go out of my home if I don't want them.
Return for me.
Where's the option for re-gift? Because, sometimes you go from one family event to the other, you could just pop it over. Where would you rather be for Christmas Day? In a cozy blizzard or sunny vacation destination?
Blizzard.
Sunny.
At home with my wife and cat.
In the blizzard or in the sun?
Blizzard.
We're already planning the sunny vacation for Christmas, so I guess I already solved that one. All right, real tree or fake tree?
Fake.
I've switched to fake as of this year.
Fake.
You all are wrong. The answer is real tree. My family sold trees when I was a kid. Like, that was part of what we did. I got dropped off in middle school to actually sell trees for my family. So the answer is always real tree. All right. Favorite holiday tradition?
Getting hot chocolate and then going and driving around to look at Christmas lights, especially the ones that are set to radios. Those are fun.
Nice. For me, probably just decorating the tree with everyone and slowly dragging all of the plastic boxes out of their closet and unwrapping it all. It's a fun feeling.
Yeah, for us, it's usually movie marathons of some sort. We're planning on Star Wars this year, but most likely, since Stranger Things has come out, that'll be coming out on Christmas Day. So we'll definitely be doing that on Christmas Day.
All right, Scott, you went to movies. I have to ask you the question. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
That is my favorite holiday movie. So yes.
Bri, Fiona, anyone want to weigh in?
I think it is, yes. And I just watched all of Lord of the Rings, and I felt it had a holiday vibe. And I don't know if it really does, but it was the extended edition Blu-ray all the way through, and it was perfect.
White or multicolored string lights?
White lights.
Yeah, white lights.
Going old school 70 with the multicolors.
The big bulbs there, Scott?
No, those are little ones on that one. But yeah, I go back and forth. I like the white. I think it's classy, but sometimes I just want tacky.
That works. All right, one last question. Do the holiday decorations go up before or after Thanksgiving for Christmas?
After.
I do a mix where the tree goes up before, but without ornaments. And then right after Thanksgiving, it's like everything plus lights.
After for me.
Yeah, the answer is not October. Okay, like I don't know about you guys, but around here, people started putting it up. Like Halloween was not even over, and people started putting up the holiday lights. I'm like, hold up, like
No, it's too soon.
I was going to say, can you even do that with the real trees? I've never had one before, so I have no idea when you...
No, you put the real tree up the day after Thanksgiving, and if it's fresh cut, it'll actually last through January. But, we didn't start selling Christmas trees till the day after Thanksgiving, so where are you going to get them?
We had trees.
Yeah, my next door neighbors put up their big inflatable Christmas decorations in early November. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Colt, my dog, votes against those because they make noise and move and scare the living daylights out of him. Now, mind you, he's a mastiff, 150 pounds long, in weight, but he is scared of those moving things that, nope, not allowed to have those.
Oh,
poor guy.
Yeah.
Let's kind of shift and let's talk about some stats. So I was kind of looking back at what we did and been doing way too many of these podcasts. I'm like, wow, we've been doing this a long time. And we hit over 100,000 downloads in May. The top episode for 2025 was Retirement Redefined, Planning for a Fulfilling Future. Our top client meeting episode was Planning for Early Retirement with Ian.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, kind of side note, when this started, I had a different host, Matt, and Matt was like, hey, we need to do a child-free podcast. I'm like, I don't want to do that. As long as you do all the work, I will show up to the recordings. So that trend is now keeping on because Bri tells me what to do. I just show up and record it. So I have to thank the team for doing all the work and Matt for starting this. Over 3 years we've been doing this.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right. So before we wrap up, Bri, you promised we'd talk about why we use the word final at the beginning of this episode. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely. Let's talk about it. Over the years, we have really, what's to come has been a dream, I think, for both of us since we started doing this together, which I think was episode 13, lucky number 13. Thank you to everybody who's been listening since then. And in April of 2023, when we first did this podcast, I was a little bit like Dr. J was with Matt initially going, I don't know that I want to do this, but I will. And now it's been so fun. I'll say that we're both incredibly grateful for everybody who has been here. But in order to serve you guys better and spread the message, get more people on, more experts, and just more insight, we have something very exciting coming. I don't want to give it all away, but I will say January 1st will be our relaunch episode in which we share everything. Dr. J, what other reflections do you have?
Yeah, I think the hard part is you throw content out there and you're like, is anyone going to actually hear this stuff? And sometimes you feel like you're just yelling into the wind. And I think sometimes I am. But I think you also hear it from clients, from others like, hey, I've heard that on the podcast. I'm like, well, I guess people are listening. I went to talk at a conference just this last weekend, and I'm behind the scenes and doing kind of the green room type stuff. And one of the people here, hey, before you go on, I just got to tell you, me and my wife, we listen to all the episodes of the podcast. We use it. And I'm like, I guess it actually does help. And it's kind of that reminder of it's worth the work to get there.
You're right. Over the past few years, we've been able to meet a small percentage of listeners, and every single time we do, it is so exciting. In order to hear the next episodes, just stay subscribed. We are going to be rebranding this, so the name will be changing to Childfree Life by Design. There's nothing that you need to do. Stay subscribed. We will still be in your podcast channels, and come back on January 1st to hear more about everything we have to come. That's all for now. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a rating or review. We'd love to keep the conversation going.
Please let us know your thoughts wherever comments are available or email us at media@childfreewealth.com. To stay up to date, find and follow Childfree Wealth on social media. If you're interested in working with us, learn more by visiting our website, childfreewealth.com. We'll see you next time.